What's up, everybody? It's David Schonecker, licensed professional engineer with the Avanti Group and also Avanti Land LLC. Here today to talk to you about Indian Lake Estates. I know you guys probably been seeing me talk about it for a while now, for a couple of years, posting on social media, showing you our progress on some development out there. I figured I'd take a moment to do a comprehensive video on what is Indian Lake Estates, so that we can answer a lot of questions we get and help encourage you to see value in it for a future possibly, or not. So let's start with where is it? Where is it? Indian Lake Estates is located right here in the far southeast corner of Polk County, right? So we live in the Brandon, Tampa area. We commute down Highway 60 often to go to our mudding camp area out of here at River Ranch. That's how I got to know Indian Lake Estates, right? So if you zoom in, excuse me, Indian Lake Estates is located south of Highway 60 on an intersection of Highway 630 near Lake, can't pronounce that. I try every time, but I can't pronounce it. Weokapaka, or also called Lake Walk-in-Water. Lake Walk-in-Water. So Indian Lake Estates rests right here, sandwiched between Highway 60, Highway 630, Highway 630. Some swift mud wetland property here, other property here, and then of course to the north of all this is the chain of lakes, Kissimmee, Lake Tiger, Rosalie. Crooked Lakes over here for reference. So that's where it's at. What is the history of Indian Lake Estates? How did it come about? And why is it still sitting there looking all nice and platted with streets and such? Well, according to Wikipedia, this is one of the subdivisions that was platted in the 1950s. Not necessarily under a land scam. I researched that in Indian Lake Estates or El Dorado Estates is not necessarily mentioned, but it was developed or platted in 1955, and it would change its name to Indian Lake Estates at some point. And this Mr. Ackerman had a vision of 15,000 residents, golf course, country club, marina, pier on Lake Walk-in-Water. Yeah, all that stuff. So the history is 1955. Currently, there's still only 700 homes in over 8,000 lots. So that is the history. Between 1955 and now, what's happened is that various periods of development spiked and created homes, somewhere in the 60s and 70s, you can tell, somewhere in the original 50s, actually, homes. And then you have in the mid to late 2000s, you have another rash of homes that were built as well. The Indian Lake Estates management company has actually went bankrupt, I think, numerous times, maybe just once. It's hard to say. Once in 1965, and then I think 5 years ago they cleared a court case due to some financial mismanagement, and ever since then has had a really healthy management situation and board present, etc. So you can go here to Indian Lake Estates website. They have a fully vamped up website now that has a lot of great information on the amenities, right? The golf course and other things, including their own utilities inside Indian Lake Estates. And then you could even see and contact excuse me, various board members. It's actually a pretty extensive operation. I've met many of the board members, attended some of the meetings, and super excited about everything there. So that's the history. Again, what can you build? So I get a lot of people ask, what can you do inside Indian Lake Estates? Well, here's what's actively selling inside Indian Lake Estates. So you have on realtor.com, you got currently 31 homes. Many of these, by the way, are speculative new homes by various developers, including myself. So you'll see that the supply is very, very limited inside Indian Lake Estates. In other words, there's not a lot of active home sales, which creates an opportunity for developers, builders to come in and produce some new homes because, well, the area needs it and people demand it and people are wanting to buy them. However, there's just not enough homes for sale in the area. excuse me. What can you build? So talking about what I can build here, so Indian Lake Estates does have covenants, so to speak. You can request them at the management company and see them. The covenants are very basic. They talk about 1,200 square foot minimum living area, 5-on-12 roof pitch, and concrete, stucco, or cement board siding. So that's kind of the vague limitations of the covenants that are original or created some long time ago. What does that mean? So it means you can build a traditional home. And if you look at realtor.com, you'll see, basically what that means. They have a long time history of just kind of block homes, ranch style homes, hip and gable roofs, tile roofs, whatever. This is just history kind of dictated what happened there. The newer homes that developers are building vary from Miranda homes, which is doing your basic spec builder home with shingle walls and siding on it. And then you got some solar guy in there doing a solar roof, some more innovative technology stuff. And then you got Avanti Land, which is my company, trying to focus more on a ranch style modern homes to, give credence to the ranch nature and the spread out nature of Indian Lake Estates, not create the same cookie cutter homes that most builders do. So you could build there. What can't you do? You cannot have a trailer, cannot have a modular home, no container homes, no tiny homes per se. Wood framing is allowed, but it must have a cement board siding. Now, I highly recommend you don't build a wood home in Florida in general for a couple of reasons, namely termites and stuff like that. Not a good long-term investment. So that's that. So what drew me to Indian Lake Estates, right? A couple things. One of the most important things is this. You'll notice that we all fall victim right now. Unfortunately, the nature of home sales in Florida is just super greedy and ugly. And, the median home price is going up by leaps and bounds. And the spikes that we're currently in are making most homes unaffordable for the average buyer. So long story short, there's reports stating that the average home price in Florida is up to about $235,000. Well, look what Indian Lake Estates does. 235, 220, 248, 271, 276. Like, you have options of buying homes still in Indian Lake Estates in Central Florida on a half-acre lot for around the median home price, which makes it a very attractive investment. That's why we're excited about it. That's one of the big pros. And again, so the other thing is this half-acre lots. So if I'll show you here on the map. So this is Indian Lake Estates. This is the front area, which it's a more comprehensive conversation about that. It has some commercial mixed use allowed zoning in there. Golf course sits right here in this area. This is a future 18-hole golf course. You'll see here in the northwest corner, there are canal lots. So there's a very unique system of canals here that go out to this large lake, which is a tournament bass fishing lake, by the way. Largest freshwater pier in the state of Florida. Very interesting. Large greenways right here, a boat ramp, a boat marina, large greenways right here that the ILE owns, so never will be built. So beautiful areas of just hanging out. They do have a pavilion structure here. Some other structure, I believe, is used for little private events or something. Very, very neat little situation there. So again, if you zoom in here, one of the things I want to point out that's very attractive about this and unique to Indian Lake Estates, unlike anywhere else I can find in the state of Florida, is half-acre lots. Every single platted lot from 1955 in this neighborhood is a minimum of 0.5 acres. That is, 2 times to 2.5 times the size of a normal builder lot, like a little 60 by 100 or 120 or something like that. These lots are all half acre. What does that allow for you to do? Well, with the setbacks in play and such, you can see that it allows you to basically be able to drive around your house. So you got plenty, even with a larger home, you got plenty of room on both sides to be able to drive around the house. So some, you can see, by the way, some people bought, more than one lot and such. So they have multiple lots and they can change the orientation of the home, things like that. Basically, there's just pretty relaxed opportunities here to create half-acre lots, which is a borderline manageable lot, of course, not an acre to 5 acres. You can put your boat, your trailer, your pool in your backyard and things like that, things that we want to have and not have an HOA, on our back about. Indian Lake Estates is super friendly to all this, super friendly to RVs being in your yard, trailers, other work vehicles. There is a management company, but they're not down your throat or writing citations every 5 minutes about what's going on. It's amazing. It's got all the characteristics of a good, healthy, suburban lot situation. And because of the limited number of lots being built on, less than 700 out of 8,000 lots, you'll see once you drive through here, there's some sparseness. So you get some removal from your neighbors. You're not sitting on every one of your neighbors, especially if you buy in the right location. And, we anticipate some healthy growth moving forward here for sure, but we don't anticipate, thousands of homes being built at any given time. So for the foreseeable future, this is going to have positive growth, but you could buy out here somewhere and not have a neighbor for the next 10 years for all we know, which is very attractive to some people. So again, just to recap, buying below the median home price is really interesting. Distance to frost-proof. So there's a budding community happening in frost-proof area down here, a new Nucor plant, which has some higher profile jobs, a new large rebar plant. Indian Lake Estates is the closest platted neighborhood to the area of frost-proof. So there's a lot of opportunity there for a quick commute to frost-proof, which is a growing community. We also have growing communities in Lake Wales proper, which is over here basically along Highway 27. Huge growth spikes all up and down Highway 27 from Davenport down to Lake Wales. Massive growth spikes, large tract neighborhoods, et cetera, et cetera. Last of its kind. So I want to speak briefly to last of its kind. Well, being an engineer, I can tell you there will never, ever, ever in the history of Florida ever be a newly platted neighborhood with such tight opportunities here and so many available lots per acre. There is absolutely just no way, given current environmental regulations and permitting standards and traffic studies and other things, no way you will ever find a neighborhood with this densely populated with builder ready lots. So what makes Indian Lake Estates attractive to me and should to other builders and other friends is that this is going to have a healthy growth for a long time, because it's like a little island of emerging possibilities where builders can come in and build at a very low resistance and very manageable lot cost and such. And the amenities are already in play, and a management company is already in play, and that's only going to improve. Those things are there, they're going to get better. It's going to be amazing. Also proximity to other things that you love. So why come out in the middle of, or the far end of Polk County, which is kind of in the middle of the state? Why come out here? Well, there's some other really cool things nearby. So I want to point out. One is River Ranch Property Owner Association, which is notoriously a hunting club slash ATV community, which consists of an enormous, like 40 to 50,000 acres right here that we go on the weekends to our camp and ride our side-by-sides. These are all my friends' camps. Don't go there. But we have an amazing opportunity. So this place is completely filling up. Matter of fact, lots inside this undeeded river ranch are well exceeding the lot cost inside Indian Lake Estates with power and water. You heard that. So I cannot afford to buy a lot in River Ranch in an undeeded, uncivilized hunt club cheaper than I can buy lots in Indian Lake Estates. Indian Lake Estates, I can come over here and build a house and then trailer my ATVs over here and hunt or ride all day. And I promise you, this is the future of River Ranch if this maintains its integrity over the next 10 to 20 years. Resort at Canopy Oak. So this is formerly the Triple Canopy Ranch. It is now one of the largest RV parks in the South, as I understand. This area is not super accurate, but Resort at Canopy Oaks has all kinds of crazy good amenities. So when you're talking about potentially going there for a good time nearby, like there's cool stuff to do. They have a tiki hut bar, they got pools, they got clubhouses, they got pickleball, fitness centers, pools. I mean, all kinds of amazing stuff. So that's something super attractive about the proximity to, and look at this. This is Indian Lake Estates. That's Resort at Canopy Oaks, River Ranch Property Association. So you can come here, go hang out, go to the bar, go to the pool, go to River Ranch, ride your side-by-side, hunt, drink some beers with some friends, etc. You also have Westgate River Ranch Resort over here, which is kind of the nicer, quote unquote, area where they got the restaurant, bar, rodeo, and other things going on here too. A lot of people love this attraction. Then access to airboat riding in the Kissimmee River and whatnot, right nearby. I mean, 10 minutes away from Indian Lake Estates, right here to right here is where that's at. You also have, lastly, the Chain of Lakes. So a lot of people spend part of their life here in the Chain of Lakes, whether they're bass fishing, airboating, camping, etc. So, you know, if you live here in Indian, and then these are all really, really hard to buy on, you know, very sparse lots, very high price. So there's a lot of opportunity here to live in Indian Lake Estates and enjoy the amenities around the Chain of Lakes as well. So you can't talk about the pros without the cons. What are the cons? Well, the cons are that this is an older neighborhood, much like, if you are familiar with it, much like the communities that existed in Cape Coral, in Southwest Florida, Punta Gorda, Northport, Point Siena in the Orlando area. If you're familiar with these areas, well, this is one of those 1950s platted neighborhoods that took but didn't really take off. So you've got time. Time is the con. It's just going to take time for more developers to see the desire to be here. And you know, in my opinion, personally, what Indian Lake Estates has going for it is the worst is behind it, and that for the foreseeable future, we know that Indian Lake Estates provides something that builders need, which is half-acre lots, buildable, manageable permitting opportunities. Polk County is one of the lowest impact fees in the state. Just so many opportunities there. And that's why it's going to be good long-term. So there's a lot more to talk about. I think I'll leave it there for today. Indian Lake Estates, Florida, Lake Walk-in-Water. Check it out. Our website, avantiland.com. We also reiterate some of the information and refer you to Indian Lake Estates website for other information. But I mean, this is something you want to see. You want to see it, see if it's something that maybe interests you for a future retirement home opportunity, where you can invest in the property now and sit on it for 10 to 20 years until you're ready, or an investment now where you buy some lots and sit on them for a little while and see what the opportunities are coming up. You can build a home and talk about Airbnb or VRBO, which is a healthy environment in this area to start talking about. The last 10 years ago, I wouldn't have said that, but now we're talking about that. We have some current home plans on here you can look at. Indian Lake Estates. Check it out. It's worth your time. Opportunities here. If you have any questions, reach out to me directly. We'll do what we can to help. Thank you for your time.